Second Edges 14, verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Right? Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopeful like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to a few sisters, right, that's getting the orders of these last days as well. Let's come at you with a quick, video. Hey, just, on title list, don't give up. Don't you dare think about giving up. Here we have it. We at the end. We at the end of this race. Fourth quarter. Seconds on the clock. You know what I'm saying? And you sweating hard, but hey, we got a mission to complete. So we can't give up, man. We at the finish line, Lord. Like I said again. All right, so Lord willing, the lesson edifying on the side a couple of precepts. Just stating the point. Hey, we gotta be fighters out into the end, man. But this the book of 2 Edges 14:14. It says, "Let go from thee the mortal thoughts." When that mortal goes into death, we're more so looking at the immortal, right? We're more so thinking about being beamed up with the cherries, being caught up with Yahweh Shai, man. So that means, we're going to be doing what he commanded us to do. Keep preaching his gospel. Keep walking after the ways of him to the best of our ability. We're not letting the fuck ups that we do, right, hold us down, right? The devils, right, the Satan when he come at us with distractions, all right, we're not letting that hold us down, man. Right, we shaking that shit off and we keeping it going, keeping it pushing, man. Right? It says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times." Right? And to think less of yourself, right? That's female nature, man. Right? That's like the brother was saying, hey, that's bitch mentality, man. Right here we have it. Hey, we kings, man. And to include our sisters as well, right? Y'all better than what y'all are. Right? So you gotta walk as if that, right? We know the time's gonna be to the point where it'll get tough where we fuck up, But that shouldn't be to the point where you feel as if you want to put down the plow, right? Stop doing this truth. Here you have it. The Lord has blessed you with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible. Don't nobody has that, right? Not too many people has that, man. That's a blessing, right? And to just to come inside a couple of tribulations and you decide you want to put it down, right? It's a penalty for that, man. I do want to grab that. It was in my mind. So I think it's Sirach 6:22, just to state the point. Sirach 6:22, it says, "For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many." Right? So why would you give up? And this blessing has not been given to many people, right? You got to consider yourself blessed to have this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, man. Right? We at the end of the door, right? The Lord tell you what? Revelation 2:25? Right? Hold out fast to what thou hast until he come. Roughly paraphrasing. But hey, we got to hold it down. Right? It's a fight for a reason. Right? So I'm going to go to the book of Sirach 6. It's like it. 2 and 6. Damn, I'm in the wrong book. Right? Sirach 2. And this right here is a beautiful chapter, man. You can read this all day. Right? But Sirach 2, verses 6 and 7. It says, "Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him." Right? Sometimes we do fall, right? But the scripture tell you that. For a just man fall, and he get back up again. All right? But you got to believe in Yahweh Shai to help you get back up. Right? You don't want to sit down where you fell at. Hell no. right? You see how much judgment is being brought forth? Killings is going crazy, right? Yahweh Shemashah is definitely visiting the earth right now. And for you to give up, you'll be a damn fool, man. Right? It says, verse 7, it says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. Right? When you waiting, it goes back into enduring. Right? Enduring means suffer. Right? When you're suffering, you're being made hard. Right? Yeah, the process is not going to be it's not going to be a good feeling. You know? But it's a beautiful thing, you know, to go through that, to get purified, right? And when you look at it from, you know, once you went through, it's like, damn, I done went through that. You know, you feel good about yourself, man. You know, like I saying inside a lot of my videos, man, with no test, right? You're not gonna have no type of testimony. So you got to go through it, right? But you don't file. You gonna file. It's like you, right? We fall, but we don't stay there. You know? It's like these folks going down the wrong way. Damn. I hope they don't crash into nobody. It's like you. But yeah, you know, it says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. Right? Eventually, Yahweh Shemashah gonna ease up on you. Right? It says, and go not aside lest you fall. Right? You know, that's just the point. I'm gonna just, you know, run through my precepts that I had. I had a good little bit of them. You know, but it just, I just want to bring it out, man. You know, hey, in the time that we're coming into, excuse me, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? And we already know the Bible is our comforter, man, right? Yahweh Shai, hey, say, I will not leave you. You know, I will leave you the comforter, right? Which is wisdom and knowledge, you know? The time that we coming into, right? Scripture said, look at the generations of old and see. Did ever any trust in the Lord was co-founded? Right? Sirach 2:10. What? Romans 15:4. For whatsoever the things written aforetime written for our learning. You know? These are testimonies showing you shouldn't dare to give up, man. Here you have it. We could be the elect. Right? But if you give up, hell, you finna get destroyed in the worst way, right? Because first you put your hand towards the plow and then you turn back, right? You got a little taste of Yahweh Shai's mystery, what's going on, and you turn back the plow, right? So like, I'm going to the wrong chapter, the wrong book, right? This is the book of Luke 9:62, straight to the point. And Yahweh Shai said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, right? Well, he tell you, hey, remember Lot's wife, right? Want to turn back, got that ass destroyed, right? That's why this video, hey, don't you dare look back, don't you dare give up, because if you give up, that means you're gonna look back. You know, it's only one or the other. You're going to either strive and keep going, or you're going to stop, right, and get killed by Yahweh Shai. Simple as that. You know, like I say, but Lord willing, this, you know, this lesson is edifying, right? Because we want you to keep going. We want you to keep striving, right, to that finish line. You know, these hard times should not be the reason why we stop, right? Scripture talk about, hey, it's a, count it all joy, right? When you dive inside diverse temptations, you know. But the thing is, you gotta keep going, man. You gotta smile through the rain and keep going. Hey, like Pac say, you know, you gotta stick your head up. Keep your head up, stick your chest out, you know, and handle it, man. You got. Hey, that's all we can do. Endure, right? Look at Yahweh Shai as, so like you look at Yahweh Shai as the example, you know, and he went through a lot, right? Our affliction is only little compared to what Yahweh Shai had to go through, man. Right? So from there, I want to go to the 1 Corinthians. I just want to state this one little point in there. 1 Corinthians 9:16. It says, for though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. For For necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. Right? Because if you not preaching the gospel, right, you sitting back on your talent. Right? That means you're giving up. Right? Because we're supposed to keep prophesying, right? Until Yahweh Shai call it quits, man. Until he send that famine of the word, right? We can't go out into the streets no more and compel our people to come in. Right? It says woe, right? Woe meaning destruction. You know, and that's just the point, right? Destruction is coming to the ones that give up. Right? Yahweh Shai will not need you. You put your hands towards the plow. You touch a beautiful thing, right? Which is this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Then you stop. You feel as if you didn't need it no more. And there's only penalty behind that, right? Which would be destruction. Right? And I want to jump down. Had another point. Yep. Here we go. Verse 23, cut the AC on. Right. This 1 Corinthians 9 and 23. It says, and this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may obtain. What we trying to obtain? We're trying to obtain that kingdom, right? A crown. You know, it says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. You got to be temperate. You got to be damn, so like got my words messed up. Let me run it back. Damn. And every man that striveth for the mastery, right? That's what we're striving for. Like I said, the kingdom. You know, you're gonna go through setbacks, trials, you know, but you don't give up. That's the whole purpose. You don't give up, man. Like I said, you won't have a testimony if you give up. First time you get a test. Right? It says, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible, right? That's like you gotta let's use Michael Jordan for example, right? He in the gym. He trying to master his shooting, you know, dunking, handles. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to master all of these things. You know why? Because he trying to put all his game together. Why? Because he's trying to compete, you know, to get a ring, championship ring, you know. But we going through what we go through, right? Building ourselves up in the spirit, so we can get an incorruptible crown. So I've been going through these trials and tribulations, man. Right? Our story finna be talked about forever in the kingdom. Right? Verse 26, it says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I. So like, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that be by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. You know, and that's just the point, right? You know, like back in 26, you know, it says, I therefore so run. Right? You can't run and look back, man. You gotta fight. That's all this video on, man. You gotta fight, man. Keep the faith. Right? When it get dark, I hear them EMP strikes start hitting. You know? When that food famine hit, you know, this wisdom and knowledge is gonna keep us stable, right? When that great hour of temptation come with the MOTB, right? That small grain of rice, right? That device. You know? Right? You gotta have it inside your mind that I gotta keep enduring. I can't bow down to that image, right? that system. You know? So from there, I'm gonna go to the book of Hebrews. And I'm almost done as well. Hebrews 12. I have to start from 1. It says, wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, right? The thing that we go through, thing that we fucked up on, right? We gotta let that go, right? We gotta keep our vision more so on the kingdom, You know, we already believe that Yahweh Shema Shah gonna blot out what we have done. You know, we got to keep going. You know, simple as that. We got to keep going. It says, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, right? Because this is a race to the kingdom. And it's patience, right? And that's what the Lord is definitely doing, you know, with all the men and the women within his truth, man. Making our patience, man. What they be saying, patience is a virtue, you know? Here, he's definitely, and he's making us suffer, right? When you're suffering, you're being made hard, right? Gold goes through the fire to get purified, you know? And that's what we're trying to do, Lord, when we're part of that remnant, right? We're going through all these trials and tribulations for a reason, to be purified, man. But if you give up, right, that fire gonna overthrow you, overtake you, which you don't want to happen, man, right? Scripture tell you in the book of Hebrews, 10:31, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, right? So you don't want to be on Yahweh Shema Shah bad side, man. Right? Verse 2, it says, looking unto Yahweh Shah, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before us, him endured the cross, right? Even Yahweh Shah had to go through it, man. So how much more us? And he was the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? He was number one. He's the prime example. And this is what we look up to, right? So not saying we better than Yahweh Shah, but if he can go through, we can go through it as well. We got to have that mindset that we can get through it, man. You know, ain't no looking back. I tell myself, you know, hey, you got to take the rearview mirror down in your life. Ain't no looking back. Shit, side view mirrors too. Ain't no looking back. Hey, we one track mind. We going straight. You know, we not letting the sins weigh us down. We're gonna keep going. Right? That's gonna show you how much the Lord is really dealing with you, despite the thing that you have done that was messed up. You shouldn't have been doing. But the Lord still brought you through. He still found favor in you, man. You know. For considering him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds, right? Because, hey, if you don't believe in Yahweh Shema Shah, yeah, you're right. He's going to have to punish you, right? Because you don't believe. It's like you don't believe. Right? And I got two more scriptures. I'm going to go to the book of Romans 8:16. Like I said, Lord willing, it's edifying, man. I just like to bring out them scriptures when it comes to the faith, man. Because when it get down to the nitty gritty, that we're going to boil down to, right? That faith, right? When it's really at your doorstep, you know, can't give up, right? Like, example, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right? They're literally in the furnace. You see what I'm saying? So they're actually in the furnace. And that's when Yahweh was down there with them. You know? But you can't give up, man. Can't give up. Right? This is Romans 8:16. Nah. Yeah, I started at 16. The point at 18. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. And if children, then heirs of Yahweh Shah, and joint heirs with Hamashiach. It'll so be that we suffer with him. Right? So we got to suffer on this side so what we could be glorified on the other. That's how this is what it's coming. You got to suffer on this side, the glory on the other side. So therefore, it's going to get bumpy. It's going to get bumpy. It's going to get ugly. But you don't lose sight about what's to come. The kingdom, man. Being crowned, man. Can't give up. You lose your car, right? You lose your wife. That don't mean shit. You got to keep going. Right? Those things you're going to get back tenfold anyway. Shit, I don't even want no... And the king ain't got to worry about no car. You can have them chariots, man. You know? But still, you just the things you lose on this side, you can get them back tenfold, man. Just because you go through a little small trials and tribulations, man, you can't give up. You can't drop the plow. Yeah, we know it get hard. You know, but the Lord always tells you, Matter of fact, I'm going to grab that right quick. That's one of my favorite ones too. First Corinthians 10 and 13. There have no temptation taking you, but such as common to man. But Yahweh Shem Yahshua is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. You know what I'm saying? That's just the point. Like, that's what I always think about, right? Because don't you dare give up, right? You're going through something because the Lord sees fit for you to go through it and not get overthrown by it. You know? You're going through it because the Lord knows you can handle it, and you got to stand on that. You got to believe in that 144%. You know? Right? So I'm going to go back to the Romans 8, and I just started at 17. It says, and if children, then heirs of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Right? Yahweh Shah came through, did his mission, he got glorified, right? Same as us, right? We come down here to do our mission so we can be glorified with Yahweh Shah. It says, verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. It's like it shall not be compared to the glory that shall be revealed in us, right? To reckon the sufferings that we go through ain't shit compared, right? We don't know what it feels like to put a crown, not just by anybody. You talking about an entity that created the earth, saying, "Well done, my faithful, my faithful servant." Roughly paraphrasing, right? You know, you went through all these trials and tribulations, and you know what? I'm gonna crown you for that, right? That sounds beautiful as hell, right? But to dare give up and the Lord bless you with all this wisdom and understanding, right? You're a waste. You're a waste. You're a waste of space, man. Right? That's why I say, don't you dare give up, man. Yahweh Shema Shai about to get us up out of here, man. You'll be a fool to stand and quit at the finish line, man. The white tape is right there. You know? We're on 32 in verses 32 to 38. So like 35 to 38. 39. So like it says, Romans 8 and 35, it said, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? You know what it's getting at is, nothing should be separating you from the love of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Okay, so what? Your woman walked away from you. She left you. Fuck it. You better walk away from this truth. So what? You lost your job. You better not walk away from this truth. So what? You lost your house. You better not walk away from this truth. So what? It ain't no food. You better not walk away from this truth and go to Esau Edom for survival. You know, these folks got you hemmed up inside of a goddamn concentration camp. Try to get you to goddamn fall into the take the MOTB. You better not fall out this truth. He that shall save his life shall lose it. Right? That's what I'm getting at, right? Hey, it's nothing on this planet should make you want to fall out this truth. Right? It says, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. And you know, when you look at that word conqueror, it goes into champion. Right? It goes into champion. You know, when you go to the etymology, or I think the simple Google definition, right? But it says, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Hamashiach Yahweh Shem Yahshua, from the love of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, which is in Hamashiach Yahweh our Lord. You know, and that's like, man, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These five, verses right here, man, it's like life, because it's just the point proving, putting it on wax, man. It shouldn't nothing make you want to file back, man. Like I said, remember Lot's wife, went back and got killed. Right? So my last precept, and I'm gone, man. This 2 Corinthians 4:16. It says, For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Right? Strengthen ourselves up with the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? Putting away that old man day in and day out. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, like I was saying earlier. This affliction is nothing but for a moment. We at the end of a race. We finna be, glorified. We finna be kings, princes, back to being Yasharala, right? We finna be on top, So we don't have to really worry about nothing, but go through the last trial and tribulation that we got going on, right? It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us far more exceeding an eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal, right? And so we're looking forward to the kingdom, man. That's all we're looking forward towards to, right? The rest of this shit finna burn up, So with that being said, Lord willing was edifying and to the point. And I'm gonna give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem and Crocodiles. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, right? And shalom to a few sisters that's getting the orders at these last days. Till next time, I say shalom.